additional biases actually get inserted into the decision-making process according to prospect theory. Because when we're valuing things, we actually have three fundamental characteristics that influence how we make that valuation judgment. The first is that the consequences are viewed in terms of changes to the reference level. So whatever reference point that we've chosen when we actually frame the choice, our valuation is seen as gains or losses from that perspective. When we look at the choices, it's how much will we get further ahead or how much will we drop behind compared to the reference point that we chose when we framed the decision in the first place. The value of that outcome is also subject to the law of diminishing returns, as a gain or as a loss. So we are much more sensitive to smaller movements, interestingly, than we are with larger movements. We presented, for example, a decision-making scenario where you could gain $500 versus $1,000. Or you could have to pay back $500 versus $1,000. We see that as being a much larger relative gain or loss than we do the shift from, say, $10,000 to $11,000. Now, the interesting thing is, given the first choice, $500 absolutely you can have, or $500 you have to pay back, the shift from $10,000 to $11,000 is twice the amount. It's $1,000 at play. But because $10,000 and $11,000 are comparatively relatively close, what we find is that from a valuation perspective, we actually tend to treat those as equal. We are much more sensitive to the smaller changes of 500 to 1,000 than we are from a change of 10,000 to 11,000 or from 100,000 to 110,000. We don't view the utility of that additional money as being the same. And that's true whether it's a gain or a loss. But the other